Burnout doesn't always look like a failure. Sometimes it looks like a high functioning exhaustion. Welcome to your Creative Reset, a podcast for creatives who are just tired of all the hustle. It's time to create differently with purpose, wisdom, and creativity. By grace, not grind. I'm your host, Danix. Now close those 16 open tabs because your reset starts now. This podcast was born from a question I never knew I needed to ask. How many roles have I been trying to earn? One of my favorite quotes from Steve Jobs when he was talking about connecting the dots of your life, that you cannot do that looking forward, you can only do that looking back. So I was able to connect the dots of my life in retrospect. And today, I wanted to walk you through, or I wanted to take you with me back to the three chapters of my life where I thought I was taking responsibility of myself, or being responsible. I thought I was just, taking charge of my own life, of my own future, doing the best that I can to fulfill my dreams. But as I was reflecting, I realized that I was hustling so hard to prove something. And allow me to share with you my experiences in this 3 seasons of striving, as what I call it, the three roles that I played in my life, hoping and praying that you can learn from it too, one way or another. So these are the seasons of my life that led me to my fourth. So the first season I'd like to share with you is my season of earning credibility. It was when I first started to work in a creative agency. So working in the advertising industry is one of my dreams when I was in college. So I loved writing, and I like the presentations. I like presenting to clients. I like the fast paced environment in this industry. And I also love to, create ideas. So when I was given an opportunity to work in a creative agency, I had no bachelor's degree, but I was able to study in college. My course was mass communication. I was able to finish all my major subjects, even theses, but out of stubbornness, I was not able to get my degree. So because of that, I thought that working in the advertising industry is far-fetched. I didn't realize that there would come an opportunity that I'll be given a chance. So when it came, I grabbed it without any experiences, without any degree, no direct mentors, because it was a lean team that I joined, and there's no creative director. It was just me, myself, and Google. There was no AI during that time to, help me brainstorm. It was just myself. And yeah, because starting from zero, I know I needed to work hard. So I did. I was trying to prove that even though I am an undergraduate, I can still provide you with a great concept, with a great creative strategy, and what have you. I felt that because I am unqualified, I need to overcompensate with hustle. More sleepless nights when there's a shooting the next day. I stay the night because I need to work on another project, even if there's an upcoming event. Yeah, multiple projects, and even OTY, or overtime. Thank you. So without overtime, without pay. So those are the things that I needed to do because I was trying to earn my credibility, since I had zero experience, zero qualifications, zero mentors, and whatnot. I worked harder to prove that I belong in that industry, in this industry. And then the second season of my life was the season of me earning my stability. So why stability? Because I became a breadwinner. When my mama stopped working because of her age, I took on the responsibility. Also during that time, it was the time that my tita, or my aunt, who's working overseas, needed to come home because she was already sickly. I took the responsibility of becoming a breadwinner. I cannot let go because I love these people that I am, trying to earn a living for. So rest felt selfish. Even though I was resistant at the onset, I was still working hard in creating stability for the family, because if I let go, if I don't do it, then who will? So pressure shaped my identity during that time, because it was the pressure of having to hold everything together financially, emotionally. So my value at this season of life was hiding behind my stability to provide. So I was trying to earn safety by working so hard. Since so hard. Apart from my full time work, I tried to do part times, accept side projects and gigs if there would be any. So I was trying to be the strong one no matter what. Because if I won't, then who will? Who will stand for the family? If I was thinking if I could just do more, earn more, fix this, then things will not fall apart. I should not fall apart. During that season of my life, it was the pressure that shaped my identity. And also the desire to provide for my family, give them the life that they want. At the same time, build the future for myself. It was during this time that I was really, working harder because I know that I also have big dreams for myself. So here comes the third season of my life where I was earning validation because I became an entrepreneur. So this time, I left my 9 to 5. There was no more structure, no more title, no more paycheck. So it was just me, myself, and I. So in this season of my life, I was proving that leaving employment was the right choice. So it was proving that I'm capable, I'm legit, I'm successful, that I can make things happen. But out of the facade, romanticizing becoming an entrepreneur, it was the emotional undercurrent behind the hustle. It was the fear. And if I was pressured during the previous season where I became a breadwinner, I was more pressured this time. This time, the pressure is no longer coming from the responsibility. So when I became an entrepreneur, when I worked alone, this was the time that I know that the pressure is no longer coming from other people, but the pressure is already coming from myself because I left the system that gives me external affirmation. So there would be no more bosses, no more aiming for promotion, aiming for higher pay. It was more of myself, setting standards for myself, setting goals, income goals for myself because I'm already working for myself. Because I am on my own, every win feels like a proof that I made the right call. Every slow month felt personal. Anxiety will kick in, overthinking will take place. What did I do wrong? Did I miss following up this client? What happened to this project? What's the bottleneck? What strategy could I do? All those things. I wanted it to work not just financially, but a statement that I can tell myself, see, I told you, Danix, you can do it. No, validation isn't bad, but it becomes toxic if that's the metric of your worth, if that's the metric of your success. And during those times, I was proving that I could make it on my own. I was trying to earn my own approval. That I was thinking if I won't do this, if I would not have that 7 figures in my savings in my bank account, then I haven't made it yet. So I didn't realize how much I had been carrying until I couldn't anymore. All the roles I was trying to earn, they finally caught up with me. And you can only carry that pressure for so long before something breaks. And for me, it wasn't a business failure. It wasn't a bad business plan or a missed project. It wasn't that. For me, it was personal. It was a moment that I can never undo. But that was the moment that resets everything. That was a moment that led me to my fourth season. Mama has always been requesting for a beach trip that I haven't been able to give her yet for the longest time. So she had always wanted that whenever we are planning a family trip. But I had so many excuses. My calendar is full. There's a project upcoming. I don't have any budget yet. My collection hasn't come through. So, name it. I have used it as an excuse or reasons why we are unable to go to the beach until finally my partner decided to plan. She planned a beach trip for my mom's birthday. It was just me, my mama, my partner, and her mom. So it was just the four of us, like a quick road trip to the beach over one weekend. And I can see how happy my mama was. I was there, but not really because I was working. I brought my laptop. I was trying to fine tune a presentation deck for my client. So I was still hustling. Little did I know, 3 days after that trip, my mama will be rushed to the hospital. When I came to the hospital, I wasn't able to talk to her anymore because she was just lying on the bed. And a few days after that, a little over a week, she passed. But before that happened, on her bed, I was talking to her. I told her, Mama, if there would be one thing that I'm so grateful for, is your faith. If there would be a legacy that you will pass on to me, that would be your love for Jesus and Jesus' love for you. So I didn't know those would be our last moments together, but I do now. And knowing it changed everything. Knowing that that was the last moments that we were together, it changed everything in me. After that moment, I knew I couldn't keep building the same way. My life has been turned upside down already, so how? What helped me begin wasn't a new strategy. It's not a new business plan. It was none of those things that I've learned before. You know what it was? It was a new posture. I started asking, what if I could build with God? Not just for Him, but with Him. What if rest was part of the strategy and not a reward for finishing? I knew that because my life has changed upside down, I knew that it's really a different perspective now. And that was the beginning of my reset. Not a perfect pivot, but a posture change. Not what I can prove today, but what God is inviting me to build, to create. This time with His grace. You know what grace is, guys? It's His favor that I need not to do anything to deserve, because the reason why it is grace, it is something that we do not get credits for because it is unmerited. It is anything that we do not deserve, but still because of God's goodness, He's giving it to us. And that's where the Lord led me to start, in His rest, in His grace, not grind, not hustle. I shared all that not to be too dramatic or too vulnerable with you, but because I know how easy it is to stay in motion, not realizing what it's costing you. As we close the episode, I just wanted to talk to those three people who could be in the different seasons of earning in their lives. Those of you who are maybe in the season of earning credibility. Do you have a dream that right now you're already living in, like an answered prayer that you've long been requesting from God, and then He granted that prayer, He gave it to you? Are you in the season of earning your credibility and trying to prove that whatever you have right now in your life is something that you deserve? So you're working hard because you deserve it. Or are you trying to earn your stability? You're trying to create something that is safe in your life? Are you a breadwinner? Are those responsibilities on your shoulders feel like everything could just fall apart in an instant, in a snap? Do you feel that things are about to break? It's just about to break if you know, lift a finger on what you have right now. Or are you someone trying to earn validation because you feel that you are alone in this endeavor and that there's no one you can depend on, no one you can hang on to but yourself? So you're trying so hard to hustle, you're trying so hard to earn your credibility, you're trying so hard to build safety around you, around your life, around what you do. I'd like you to know that you're not alone. You're not alone. And I know deep within your heart, you feel that. Maybe it's time that you acknowledge that all throughout your life, you have never been alone, because you know that there is a God who's always been there with you. Maybe we can take a moment after this episode, perhaps, and we can ask ourselves, what am I still trying to prove? Where am I still trying to prove something? And what would it look like to stop? Not quit, but to truly take a pause and maybe look at things from a different perspective. reset from a different place. You don't need the breakdown to shake things up. You don't need to, reach that point wherein you really ground zero. But anytime you can give permission to yourself to just realign things. And sometimes the most powerful reset starts with just noticing that you need one. You see, burnout didn't come to me like a crash. It didn't look like a failure. It, in fact, looked like success, but I was still running on empty. But when healing came, I finally stopped trying to earn everything that I already had. So let me ask you, just like I had to ask myself, how many roles are you still trying to earn? Thank you for having your reset with me. My name is Danex. If this episode helped you, share it with a fellow creative who might need it too. And please let me know what you think of the episode by leaving a review. Let's keep creating with purpose, wisdom, and creativity, all by grace, not grind. See you on your next creative reset.